If Boots get hurt like he did the last time, Ortiz gonna finish him.
Wow.
So he gotta tighten up his defense.
10 steps behind you, right?
He gotta tighten up his defense.
Hits him, Vergil knocks him out. So it's hopefully Boots doesn't take that Fundora fight, because coming weeks to make the fight, but coming off a loss might not be that interesting. I want him to be a champion.
Terence Crawford has now shared his opinion on a potential fight between Vergil Ortiz Jr. and Jaron "Boots" Ennis, and his warning makes this matchup seem even more dangerous for Boots.
It's changing. I know he's faster than most, he's more explosive than most, but at the same time, he's shown in the past that he can get careless and that he's going out there just to fight, and I don't think when you get higher and higher, that's going to be.
Terence Crawford does not see Vergil as just another pressure fighter. He believes Vergil is a young boxer with real power, solid durability, great timing, and relentless aggression that can push Boots into difficult situations. That is why Bud views this fight differently. He already feels Boots has weaknesses, especially when Ennis becomes too comfortable and absorbs punches he does not need to take. Against Xander Zayas, Boots was able to get through those moments because he was the stronger and more complete fighter. But Crawford believes Vergil is on another level. Vergil punches harder, brings constant pressure, and will never allow Boots to relax without making him pay. So when Crawford says Vergil could be too much for Boots, it is not simply criticism. It is a serious warning. Boots has talent, speed, and confidence, but Vergil has the kind of power and non-stop pressure that can turn a single mistake into a fight-changing moment. Even Robert Garcia is now discussing this possible matchup.
I think after we all seen that Boots does get hurt, and he got hurt.
Terence Crawford reacted to Boots Ennis beating Xander Zayas, and his response made the performance feel more questioned than praised. Boots earned the stoppage, became a unified champion, and reminded everyone why many people see him as one of the most dangerous fighters at 154. But Crawford did not respond like someone who was amazed by what he saw. Instead, Bud acted as if he noticed details that many others missed. That is what made his reaction stand out. Boots looked powerful and explosive, but he was also hit at times. Xander had moments where he landed clean shots, forced Boots to reset, and showed that Ennis can still leave openings when he gets too comfortable. Those were probably the moments that caught Crawford's attention more than the knockout. So Bud's reaction was not only about the victory. It was about what the fight revealed. Many fans believed Boots passed a major test, but Crawford watched the same performance and seemed to think there were still weaknesses that an elite opponent could take advantage of.
How Zayas looked, some people I saw afterwards on social media accused him of quitting, called him a quitter. What did you think?
Listen, I just feel like there was a lot of things going on in the ring that if he did quit, that allowed him to make that decision. I feel like his corner should have made that decision for him if that was the case, but things happen, and if he felt like he quit, then that's something that he got to deal with. If not, then
Then Max Kellerman and Tim Bradley shared their thoughts on a possible fight between Jaron "Boots" Ennis and Vergil Ortiz, and they believed Boots would have the edge. They agreed that Vergil is a serious threat with strong power, constant pressure, great toughness, and the ability to make any fight difficult in a hurry. But after looking at every part of both fighters, they felt Boots has more tools to win. He can fight from either stance, adjust his angles, control the action from the outside, land sharp counters during exchanges, and create openings with punches that opponents often never expect.
And B, he's got to clean these guys up at 54. There's nothing at 54 that's like, oh my God. That's like, for example, when Shane Mosley moved up to welterweight, Oscar De La Hoya in his prime is standing there. There's no one like that at 54. The only guy who has a chance to be like that is Boots. That's the dude who's supposed to do it. And if you're a super fighter and you're in a division with really good all divisions have good fighters, but regular good fighters, you're supposed to clean those guys up.
Yeah. Because of the talent that he has.
Yes.
Around this point, Robert Garcia pushed back against the idea that Boots Ennis would easily outclass Vergil Ortiz, and he made it clear that he does not agree with that opinion. He knows how dangerous Boots is and respects his speed, movement ability to switch stances and creative style. But in Garcia's view, many people are acting like Vergil will simply stand in front of Boots and allow him to control the entire fight. He believes that is far from what would actually happen.
Number one, Fundora. Number two, and and then Vergil.
Okay.
Vergil.
I think that's probably the consensus.
But that's off skill. But I think Vergil has the best resume.
We're going to reveal, we are going to reveal the 154 resume a little bit like, resume list later on in the show. The new Ring Magazine rankings later on in the show. 1, 2, 3.
I'm doing this off of resume, not off who I think is the best pound for pound or whatever. Boots number 1, Fundora 2, Vergil 3.
I got Vergil 1, Boots 2, Fundora 3.
Okay.
Boots 1, Vergil and Fundora 2 or 3, whatever order you want to put them in. But I think Boots has the talent. I think here's the best case scenario for
Alec,
Boots.
that's gonna be
Here's the best case scenario for Boots. Boots is like, in a way, to me, a version of Zab Judah in the sense that he is so physically talented. He's faster than everyone. He hits harder than everyone. He wants to smoke. But he has certain vulnerabilities underneath the surface level, and you want to know how deep is his bag if the going gets rough against another super fighter, right?
Believes Vergil has the pressure power durability and toughness to make Boots uncomfortable from the opening bell. If Ennis becomes too flashy or spends too much time trading punches at close range, Vergil is the type of fighter who can punish those mistakes very quickly. That is why Robert Garcia strongly disagreed with the idea that this would be an easy fight. In his view, this is not the kind of matchup where Boots simply outboxes Vergil without facing serious danger.
I would probably say, not just because Vergil's my fighter, but I think Boots versus Vergil is probably a bigger fight and a bigger, it could turn out to be a much better fight. I think both are warriors. Boots just showed it. And I think style-wise, it's a beautiful fight.
Robert Garcia's message was clear. Boots may have incredible talent, but he is not going to dominate Vergil the way many people are predicting. Garcia believes Vergil is far too strong, too dangerous, and too determined to be viewed as an easy opponent or a simple fight for anyone.
But look, I have Vergil in the same weight division, so obviously we have to also push for that, because I believe Vergil beats him. I think Vergil hits him.
Even Oscar de la Hoya believes Vergil Ortiz should be the next opponent for Jaron Boots Ennis. His message was direct. If Boots is serious about chasing the biggest fights, then Vergil is the challenge waiting for him. Oscar made it clear that Vergil is not an easy opponent, not a safe choice, and not someone Boots can overlook. He brings real power, constant pressure, and the kind of threat that can change a fight with one clean punch. That is why Oscar continues to push for this matchup. In his opinion, Boots against Vergil is exactly the kind of fight boxing needs right now. Both fighters are undefeated, both have dangerous styles, and both are trying to prove they are the future of the division. Now the attention shifts back to Boots and his team. If Ennis truly wants to prove he is the top fighter at 154, Oscar believes a showdown with Vergil Ortiz is the fight that will answer every question.
If he wants to fight Vergil, he's going to say no to the Fundora fight and fight Vergil. It's not up to us right now. Boots just became champion. He's a unified champion, so he's got the choice. It's going to be him. Does he want to fight Fundora or does he want to fight Vergil? I think it's not about us. Unless Oscar de la Hoya presents him with an offer that he can't refuse, then it might make a difference. But right now it's going to be up to Boots. It's whatever he wants. If he wants to fight Vergil, then the fight's there. I think we don't wanna stay busy fight. We don't want a comeback fight. We want Vergil to go straight into the Boots fight. If Boots wants Vergil, then he could say no to Fundora, and I want to fight Vergil. But if he picks Fundora, it's also a unification fight. So I'm not blaming him, but he probably knows that maybe it might be a little more riskier fighting Vergil. So it's gonna be up to Boots. It's not up to us pressuring or forcing that.
After that, Eddie Hearn shifted the pressure onto Vergil Ortiz and made his position very clear. He said if Vergil truly wants to face Boots Ennis, then he should take the fight next. Hearn made it sound like Boots is not avoiding the matchup from his side and already showed before that he was ready to accept it, and now after stopping Xander Zayas, the calls for that fight have become even stronger. So Hearn is now putting all the pressure back on Vergil and his team.
Against every style, so maybe if he fights Fundora, someone else, or Vergil, maybe he'll fight a little bit more of a smarter fight. I don't know, if he respects their power a little bit more, I have no idea. But one thing I know is when I sit down to watch a Boots Ennis fight, I don't really have any fears or doubts that he's going to lose.
Gary Anchuan Russell believes Boots would win that fight. He knows exactly why Vergil is such a dangerous opponent. Vergil brings constant pressure, strong power, and great toughness, and he can make every fight difficult once he finds his rhythm. He is not the kind of fighter who gives ground without a battle. If Boots leaves too many chances open, then Vergil has the ability to take full advantage of them.
I think he will. And I'd be very surprised because, and by the way, I don't necessarily blame him because he has been out. When was the Lubin fight? I don't know. November last year? So, what are we now? 9 months, 8 months, 9 months. Time he gets in the ring again won't be till September, October. It'll be nearly a year since he's boxed. Are you going to go straight into Jaron Boots Ennis? If you are, let's talk. But realistically, I don't think you are. I think you're going to come back and you're going to go, I want one more fight, and then, which is fine. And by the way, we're also not going to sit here and go, we're the champion now. It's a voluntary defence, 15% for a voluntary defence, like you've seen Haney and all these people do. It's like so boring. It's a massive fight, and I can't sit there and tell you that we shouldn't do that fight when I spent 6 months telling you how much we need that fight and boxing needs that fight. So we must make Boots again.
That is why the comment stands out. Vergil has been speaking with confidence by saying he can hurt Boots and even knock him out. But Hearn is making one simple point. Saying it is easy, but agreeing to the fight is what really matters. If Vergil truly believes Boots has weaknesses and feels he can stop him, then now is the time to prove it. The discussion has now become very serious. Boots is acting like a fighter by chasing the biggest names and championship belts, while Hearn is challenging Vergil to back up his words with real action.
Beat Boots. Now he's talking about Xander quit. Do you feel like Xander quit in the fight?
I feel like Xander, technically, yeah, he quit it. He made a responsible decision. He made a responsible decision. You know what I mean? No one is in there fighting for you. The fans, of course, they're gonna always enjoy a juicy fight. Whether you got a black eye, your retina is damaged, and you can't see no more after you fight, they're not the ones that's gonna be paying your bills. They're not gonna be taking care of their personal family. So I feel like as a young fighter, he just made the responsible decision. He was hurt. He got hurt multiple times. But